Budget Angler here, another end of the Royal Docks for you today. Not been out at all this week doing my vlogs. I've been out for my exercise, but been on foot or a couple of short rides out to the shops because I did run out of food and I couldn't actually get a lot of it. I think I was going at the wrong time of day. I don't think there's sort of a general shortage, but I think there is just you know, they're not getting loads of stock in because I don't think there is many people out shopping. I think people are probably still living off the stuff they panic bought some time ago. There we go, no fishing sign, so that's interesting. Never been down here with a view to look at it fishing wise. I've seen a lot of grebes here before. That's the we're at Royal Victoria near the DLR station, which is just over there. That's the Emirates airline cable car. You can see not running at the moment. Very quiet, which is nice around here. Obviously it's what you want. This is like the water sports stuff here. They got open swimming and they do wakeboarding and water skiing off like I don't know what you call it, like a winch, a high-speed winch. It's not a boat that tows you, it just winches you along. There's like a little beach here as well, obviously closed, but come the summer this is packed out. They give it a bit of a clean and a rake through. I think there's a bit of detritus there at the moment. So I'm going to go around the other side where I haven't actually been before. Wakeboarding jumpy rampy things, I don't know, so that's what you call them. Not really up on that sort of thing. There's normally packed with people even on a day like this. It's not that cold. Obviously we're in April now. It's Friday the 3rd of April. No fish in there. Where's that from, that sign? Because someone's actually messaged me on YouTube saying they see a lot of people lure fishing here. London's Royal Docks. Well, there you go. That's pretty emphatic. Although maybe it's just where they do the wakeboarding that they don't allow it. There's another one there. I'll have a look. Never been down here before, so if anyone's got any intel, another sign. Ah, there you go. That suggests that there might be fishing on one side and not on the other. But this very faded sign. It must be to protect the water sports people so you're not casting lines out. Didn't know that. That is worth a look then when when it's all sorted. So there's XL, and that's the, well, first and foremost, a Sunborn Hotel there. That's a boat hotel. I think they put it in either for the Olympics or during the Olympics, and it's there, it's remained. I've never stayed on it. I don't even think you're allowed to use the bar for a drink unless you're a resident there. But I have stayed on the one in Gibraltar, which was very nice, I must say. Very, very nice. Fishing zone, permit holders only. Well, there you go. I didn't know that at all. This has been worth coming out just for that. So there's obviously a Royal Docks run a fishing day, maybe it's day ticket or a club. I didn't know that. So obviously it's the same bit of water I was looking at on Friday when I saw NHS Nightingale, which is over there. I didn't know if you could get a good view of it from this side, because it opens today, so we'll have a little bimble down, but I guess this will be the same as the other docks, really, really deep and full of loads of fish. So and there's a sign to say it's a permissive footpath as well. That's interesting. Someone was asking me about fishing from footpaths and things like that, and I used to do a lot of work around public rights of way, public highway law, the Highways Act in my previous job, and obviously there's no provision to carry out any activity on such, you know, roads, byways, whatever you want to call them, because they are really there for the movement of goods and people. So there's no provision for any activity to take place from them. So you know, you couldn't argue that a public footpath permitted you to fish if it ran alongside a river, because fishing rights are all specifically owned by the landowner in this country. There was an act passed in 1861 or 63 that basically designated any inland fishing, be it river or still water, non-tidal, as owned by somebody. There is no inland fishing that is free in this country, or not controlled by somebody. So maybe people let you fish, but that someone will have a right to it, and it's enshrined in law, and that is the basis on which the canal and river trusts let you have a waterway wanderers permit. That's the rationale and kind of the act of law that enables them to do that. So yeah, so this is, I've never been down there at all. This is the other side of that building we could see on Friday. Spillers, that's the old grain people, isn't it? The Spillers, that's they were grain merchants, and I think grain millers for flour. My uncle used to work for them, and then they became Delgetti. Obviously a bit of tidal rise and fall here as well. You can see that that's exposed there along that bottom few inches. That doesn't look like it always is, so either it's evaporation, but I don't think so, or maybe they've opened the locks. But I wonder if there is a bit of a tidal rise and fall. So no fishing at that point there. There's obviously a section you can fish. Oh, I'm really pleased with that. I'm really happy I've come out and had a look at that. What is this here? Oh, look at that. The consequences of jumping from this bridge can be felt. It must be a popular place for people to throw themselves off. I don't even know what it is. It must be something to do with the Excel, or I've no idea. It's just a footbridge across, maybe. Do you know what? I don't know what that is. Never even knew that. We never even noticed that it existed. And I've been all around that side, all outside the hotel and that, having a bimble around when it wasn't, just when I went to the Excel. It's all fenced off over there. Not much activity for the hospital, but obviously it'll be busying up. Been manning the Corona hotline all week. Helpline, hotline, whatever you want to call it, for the council. That's been a bit of an eye-opener, to be honest. We're all a bit distraught about no fishing, but there are people out there that have got nothing. I mean, they are ill as can be. They're people that look after them are not coming because they're either socially isolated, or they've gone off sick, or their companies can't cope, and so they're relying on these food parcels to come out. And we're getting a bit more clarity on what they're getting, and they get basically portions of fresh fruit and veg, milk, bread, and I think eggs and cheese, and that's it. So you're not getting any meat, really. The only real meat you're going to get is from the tuna, the protein. It's and I mean, they're scared. There's people running out of gas. Yesterday was just, I don't know, my bad luck, I suppose. The people I ended up speaking to were sort of quite a lot of elderly people, elderly ladies that their families are not nearby, so they can't get any help. They're normally very independent, but they've been advised to stay indoors, and they're running out of food. And I found it quite emotional yesterday, actually. I was quite upset by a couple of callers. You think, oh, that could be, just could be your mum or just anyone. If you see someone that's vulnerable, you generally feel scared for them. So see, some of these people will go out. They're supposed to be self-isolated for 12 weeks, but they'll have no choice because, the food parcel that comes isn't what they want or what they need, or maybe they can't, maybe they need something desperately, but the council or the government won't provide it. A lot of people, some people, fishing is their whole life, but I think in this instance, everyone that has a sport that's their whole life is in the same boat. If you're into your team sports, you're definitely a no-no. So, I think solidarity with everyone. We should all should be just sucking this up. I'm out for my daily exercise. I'm going to go back in a minute. I've tried to pick places where you don't see people. I'm now, since last week, realising how many people were out and about in the parks on the towpaths. I've come out down the docks and it's been relatively quiet. I mean, there's still a lot of people out for their exercise, but I don't think it can be helped. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you could argue that you'd ban exercise entirely, but whether that's the right thing to do for the mental health reasons and all the rest of it, I don't know. But there you go. That is what it is. Well, that's been an interesting little trip for me. I'm glad someone put me onto this side of Royal Victoria Dock for fishing. Evidently there's some investigating to be done, see who controls the fishing on that stretch, and when this is all over I'll be back on my bike for a session. Keeping a lookout on Sunday as well, guys. I've got a proper vlog coming out, my last fishing trip before the lockdown, so that'll be the usual 2 weekly Sunday slot, which is crazy that it's only been 2 weeks since my last video. It feels like absolutely months. So yeah, that's something to look forward to, hopefully, for you. And I don't know how many other people have got anything in the pipeline, but yeah, I'm hoping there's going to be a few more videos coming out, because I do rely on my YouTube fishing videos for me entertainment and information. So we'll leave it there. Hopefully that was a bit of a trip out for you. I'll do another one, I expect. I've got another bit of the Docklands to explore. Maybe it probably won't be tomorrow or this weekend, but maybe I'll go out for another ride on one of my days working next week. And thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Cheers, fish on.